When I meet families for the first time, sometimes it's after they've just recently got a diagnosis. And when that's the case, there's usually a lot of emotion. And there's also usually a high level of exhaustion and overwhelm. So a lot of times I will start by really paying attention to how the parents are feeling and coping, and let them know that it's okay to be having these big feelings and to be worried, but to also recognize that just because they have this diagnosis doesn't mean that it's a terrible thing. I think that there has been in the past a lot of stigma and a lot of misunderstanding about autism. And so for some people, it's a really scary diagnosis, and they're worried that their child might not have a bright future. And I really like to assure parents that, the help that they're getting is going to make a big difference, that there's a big community of support out there that they can tap into. And I also like to let them know that it was nothing that they did to cause it, that they shouldn't blame themselves. They shouldn't spend time worrying about, well, what if we had gotten them diagnosed sooner? It's okay. Wherever you start the journey, that you can still make really big changes. And I also really encourage parents to take care of each other if they're in a relationship with a partner, and to take care of themselves. Because by the time they've actually gotten the diagnosis, they've probably spent months and years worried and asking questions and putting their child's needs first, because they're just trying to help them get through life. And it can be really stressful dealing with, the behaviors and the challenges. So, parents need to take that time and not feel guilty about getting away. A lot of places have respite care for parents so that they can actually have a date night and trust that whoever's watching their child is competent. And so I think looking into those services is always a really good place for parents to start. And when they really want to talk about their child and their concerns about their child, I like to emphasize that, your child is still the child that they were before you had this diagnosis. They still have some of the wonderful characteristics that you love about them. And therapy isn't going to change them per se, and getting support isn't going to necessarily take away their personality, but it's going to make them feel so much more comfortable in their own skin. It's going to help you understand them finally, and it's going to help you all live together a lot more peacefully.